With the election process completed in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, parliament elections in the south of the country has come to completion now. Quite a bit of enthusiasm, very high-pitched campaign that happened both in Telangana as well as Andhra Pradesh, as the stakes are obviously high for all the parties. In Telangana, it was almost a two-cornered fight between the BJP and the Congress, with both these parties hoping to gain at the cost of the BRS, which is believed to have lost its base in many senses, or its voter share, because of the setback that it suffered, not just in the assembly elections but also afterwards, when many of its leaders shifted to either the BJP or to the Congress. What I must point out is that Andhra Pradesh was certainly the more exciting of the elections, because there was also the assembly elections in Andhra Pradesh in a very, very high stakes battle, a lot of critical kind of campaigning, very sharp campaigning, very high octane campaigning. On the one side you had the YSRCP and Jagan Mohan Reddy, and on the other you had the NDA alliance with Chandrababu Naidu, Pawan Kalyan and the BJP, which really doesn't have much ground strength but is hoping that the combination will work once again like it did in 2014. 2019, all three parties had gone separately and were not able to create an impact. In fact, Jagan Mohan Reddy had run away with the results, 151 out of the 175 assembly seats and 22 out of the 25 Lok Sabha seats. Polling day itself was full of the same kind of competitive politics between the two sides, with a lot of violence in fact being reported from multiple stations, including Palnadu, Nellore and several districts in fact in Andhra Pradesh have reported violence, clashes between the two sides, the TDP, Janasena on the one side, and on the other side the YSRCP. In fact, in Tenali, where the YSRCP MLA is the sitting MLA and also the candidate this time round, Shiv Kumar, he in fact had slapped a voter who apparently told his supporters not to jump the queue and to follow the queue. That incensed the MLA, and that has become a huge controversy, and the videos in fact have gone viral, creating quite a bit of embarrassment for the YSRCP, while the Telugu Desam is hoping to capitalize on something like that. In Hyderabad, the controversy came with one of the most high-profile candidates, someone who was making a debut this time round, Madhvi Lata, BJP candidate from Hyderabad. She has been alleging, in fact, that there is a lot of impersonation and fake votes that happen in the Hyderabad constituency, and she had in fact even given a long list, after which 1,79,000 voters' names were changed or removed from the list in Hyderabad just between November elections and the Lok Sabha elections now, which meaning within 5 months that big change had happened. But she continued to insist that there are more names, and that's why she in fact today went and tried to physically verify for herself whether burqa-clad women, their identity was matching with the documents that they are brought, and that became a huge controversy. An FIR has now been booked against her for obstructing the poll process. What I understand is that a case of violation of their privacy could also be booked against her. She continues to insist that it is within her right to check the credentials of whoever comes in. The district election officer, Mr. Ronald Rose, says that she cannot do that. The poll officers alone can do that, and this is considered as an obstruction of the poll process. In Guntur as well, an FIR has been booked against the YSRCP MLA, Mr. A. Sivakumar, and also 7 or 8 of his followers who were seen on camera, caught on camera, not just slapping and receiving a slap in return, but also subsequently being beaten up by the henchmen of the MLA. Something that's being now projected as a show of high-handedness and rowdy behavior. Largely, huge numbers of voters seem to be turning up decent. I would expect that the voting percentage in Andhra Pradesh should at least be able to touch what it did last time round, nearby 80%. Urban voters, Hyderabad, still seem quite lukewarm. This particular booth is perhaps an exception where you're seeing so many people, but in many of the booths, we are finding the queues quite small and not really long. And yes, the voter enthusiasm from the rural areas always better, and hopefully the Telangana would also do some 70 plus. In Hyderabad, with camera person Nagraju, Uma Sudhir, NDTV.